Hey guys, it's Joshua Millionaire here today, and I'm super excited to get to this very lesson because this is where we actually get down to doing the things that we need to do to bring in new customers and build your very first sales funnel. So I'm super excited for this one. So welcome to this new module because this module talks about building your very first funnel. So what is the goal here? What are we trying to do here, right? The goal of everything that we're trying to accomplish is building what we call a lead funnel. Now, if you ask any business today, whether it's an insurance business, whether it's a service business, whether it's an accounting company, whether it's a retail company. If the company does not generate leads, no matter what business you're in, you have no business, right? The leads are like the bloodstream of any company. It's having that consistent flow of new potential customers coming in that you have an opportunity to sell to and turn them into customers. If you have no leads, then there's no point even trying to sell because you have no one to sell to, right? Make sense? So today, I'm actually going to be talking to you guys about something super awesome, and it's how to generate leads. Now, when I first got started off, I had no idea that this was a thing in business, right? So I thought that if I just put a post out on social media, people would automatically come. But I later on realized that I needed to create a system of validating, finding, and attracting new customers. And I'll give you an example. So one day, I was sitting at, we had a music school that was next to Starbucks, right? In fact, Starbucks wasn't there when we first launched. So we were in this music store and we were teaching music lessons. And we found out that Starbucks was actually going to be opening up next door. And we were super excited about it because all our teachers were super excited. We're going to get the coffee, we're going to get all the stuff. It's going to be super cool and it's going to bring a whole lot of traffic. And when Starbucks finally opened, I remember so clearly there was nobody there. It was empty and empty as you can ever be, right? And so I remember the day I went and bought a coffee. Our team was super excited because we were going to get coffee from next door all the time. And then I remember looking around, there was just two people that were there, right? And these two people were always looking at pointing and stuff, and they're like trying to say, that was wrong, that's fixed, gotta fix that. And instantly I figured out that these were the owners of the Starbucks internationally, right? Or nationally. So what I wanted to do is I knew that I needed to get in touch with people, and I saw vividly the problems they were having. There was nobody there, right? So I remember going up to them and I was like, hey, like what's up? Like I'm super looking excited, and I said to them, I know you guys are the owners because only the owners are going to literally be pointing at stuff and trying to fix things, right? And so I remember so clearly that that was the day I told them, I said, the reason why most people are not here today on opening day, I asked them a question, I said, did you do any lead generation or any marketing previously before opening up here? And they responded and said, absolutely not. We did a normal post and normal stuff, but you know, we hoped that people would show up. I said, in the game of hoping, nothing's going to happen, right? We've got to create this thing. So I remember building this relationship with Starbucks, and I went ahead and I showed them something. I said, in a week's time, in fact, in less than a week, I will do your marketing for you just with my own list, right? With my own email database, my own list of customers, my own list of people that I own, right? And I said, when I market to them, and I'm going to fill up this entire Starbucks and make it a proper opening. And they were like, okay, let's do it. And so I went back, and all I did was absolutely nothing. I didn't pay Facebook, I didn't pay Instagram, I didn't pay nobody. All I literally did was jump on my computer, write out an email, and say to people, hey, we have an event at Starbucks, we want to invite you here. And take a guess what? The Starbucks was absolutely full the week later. In fact, they had to go all the way to Gateway to bring in the chairs and bring in furniture from that store over to the Pearl because they could not accommodate how many people we were actually bringing for this event. And so the reality is that that's how we ended up building a relationship with Starbucks, right? And the reality is that most people don't realize how important and how powerful a list is. Now, if Starbucks had already congregated a list of email subscribers by giving away free stuff, like hey, we're opening up, we want to give you as a free topping or a free thing, just put your email address in. If they already had the email list, they wouldn't have needed me, right? They would literally just send an email out saying they opened it, and that day number one, on opening day, they would have been full. But the reason why it wasn't full is because they did not have an email list, okay? So I'm going to ask you guys a question. How many of you guys have an ethically, created email list, right? Now, I'm not talking about something you go and you get from somewhere, you buy from banks or whatever it is. I'm talking about an ethically list. When you guys have this list, it is the most powerful thing in your business. Now, we heard in 2017 or something like that, right? Instagram was bought off by Facebook for $1 billion. Now, I'll ask you guys a question. Can Facebook not create Instagram? Now, absolutely yes, they can create Instagram, right? They got the manpower, they got the potential, they have the ability to create a duplicate of Instagram. Why did they spend $1 billion to buy off Instagram? Well, the reality is that they did not buy the software What they actually bought was the list of users that could potentially become customers, right? That is what everything is, right? When you start to realize that that is the list is everything, you're going to start to realize that that is the most important, most valuable asset in your business. Now, again, I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you here have a list of potential customers? A list of people that know who you are, a list of people that have the problem that you solve, a list of people that are on your database that you don't have to pay Facebook, Instagram, or Google, or anybody to send an email to, right? And I'm not talking about 1 or 2 emails. I'm talking about tens of thousands of emails at a single go, okay? This is what you call the email marketing. And I want to start you off with this sales funnel. Before we get into the actual selling of the product, I want to actually help you guys create a list of potential buyers, potential customers, potential clients that could come to you over and over again. How many of you guys want that? And I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? So let's get started. So if you look at my screen here, what you're going to see is this little guy is you, right? And what this person is holding in his hand is something called a lead magnet. This lead magnet is something we use to attract all these kind of people into our business, right? So there's all sorts of companies. Now, we don't attract anybody. So we want to attract specifically just the people that are interested in your product or your service. So what happens is, now many of you guys have already been through a lead magnet, right? Somebody maybe has offered you a free ebook or a free guide or a free tutorial or a free course or a free event or a free whatever, a coaching call, whatever it is. They've given you a free lead magnet, specifically an ebook, more specifically like ebook versions, PDFs, all those kind of things. And in exchange, they gave you their email address or their contact information. Now that is a very important trade-off, right? Firstly, the number one thing you're doing is you're giving them value and they're going to read about you, learn about your business, and learn about how you solve their problems. Secondly, you are going to acquire their details so that you can start marketing and emailing them ethically to get business from them. Now remember, we're not congregating everyone in the world. We're congregating specifically your business. So if you sell, for example, insurance, we want to congregate people that are likely to buy insurance, right? If you sell in vehicles, we want to congregate people that are frequent buyers of vehicles or people that repair their vehicles, maybe whatever it is. It's a specific avatar. Like in my case, music lessons, I congregate a lot of mothers. In fact, I have tens of thousands of mothers living in the Mshlanga area and around, okay, in my email database. I don't really need to go to Facebook. I just send an email out and boom, I've got customers, right? I constantly sell through emails more than anything else in my marketing because I'm acquired a list over the years, okay? So what this guy is doing is literally, he's putting out a lead magnet and he's attracting all these different businesses. Now, I'm gonna give you some examples, right? So what a lead magnet kind of looks like. Now, let's look at some of my examples. So when I started off in business, I created something called the suppliers list, South African suppliers list. I wanted to congregate all the e-commerce businesses that are starting off, that are drop shipping into South Africa, and I wanted to congregate them and own that list. So what did I do? I knew that they were suffering because they couldn't find South African suppliers to sell products on to drop ship products for them. Right? If you don't know what drop shipping is a super awesome concept where you sell products that don't belong to you, belongs to other people, and they ship and do the fulfillment for you while you sell the product and get paid, and then you pay them, right? So what happens is they didn't have South African suppliers. So I created a suppliers list, super easy. I just got a couple of South African suppliers, put it on a PDF document, and then I said, hey, created a funnel, says get a free copy of over 100 South African suppliers. Yes, you can drop ship from and buy from your online store, right? And so what happens is, oh my gosh, the customer sees that, and that's a lead magnet, and then they will give you their email address and their contact information, right? The moment they do that, they will then submit to you their email address, and what will happen is it'll go through to the second page. And the second page, I would then pitch them my next step of my value ladder. Generally, it will be a free coaching session or an event that I'm marketing or a book that I'm selling or a course that I'm selling. But in this case, it was a free marketing strategy. I told them in this video that I did here in the second page saying, hey, you got this gift, and getting supply is only one step, but getting the marketing is the next step. And I remember selling the marketing just from this lead magnet, okay? So what did I do there? If I go back, if I look at this, look at the example that I just showed you here. Let me just find that. Okay, here we go. So I gave out a free gift, 100 suppliers, and I attracted all these people into my business in exchange for their contact information. And now what did I do next? Now I didn't just take the information and then just leave it one side and hope that someday I'll contact them. No, I've already created 6 well-curated, well-strategic emails that are going to go out to them as soon as they give me their email address. So as soon as they opted in, what happened? I've given them 6 emails that I'm going to use to connect to them and talk to them and build a relationship with them, because the goal of this whole lead magnet is for them to get to know me and them to know that I help them solve this problem that they already have. Okay, make sense? So all I did is I created this lead magnet, and here's what I did, right? I gave them 6 emails. Now before I go to these emails, I'm gonna show you another example of another lead magnet that I've used. Now this here was a marketing secrets black book, right? That I literally doesn't even belong to me; it belongs to somebody else. But I've taken it from a site, and I'm taking this thing and I'm giving it away in exchange for their contact information, right? I shared a little bit about it. I created this little sales funnel that you see, and it's called a lead funnel, called a lead page, right? They see this little thing. They gave me their email address, right? Once they give me their email address, they hit get access now, and check, guess what? Boom! It's taking me them to the next page, in which I then, of course, again, I'm going to sell them my second step of my value ladder. Now, of course, you don't have to have a second step just yet, right? But for now, all we want to do is congregate that list. Now, what's actually happening here? You see, I'm attracting all sorts of businesses for this free gift because it's appealing. It's something that people want. I'm not asking them to buy a product from me. I'm just giving them a lead magnet. Remember the value ladder? We start off with something free, okay? We're giving it away in exchange for us to build this connection and relationship. Now, how do we build that connection relationship? The email sequence that you see here is the thing that you're going to be using to build that relationship. So let's look at it. So we have 6 emails that I send out strategically. Now, in these emails, I'm not talking about my puppy, right? I'm not talking about my dog. What I'm doing is I'm actually sharing with them real life examples of who I am, what I do, how I help people, and how we can help you, okay? So look at the first email. In the first email, I tell to them who I am. So who are you, right? So if I'm in music school, this is what I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them, hey, my name is Joshua Millionaire, and I was 11 years old. I started to play music because my mom put me into music lessons. By then I learned to play. My mom unfortunately had passed away, and she had left me with a gift that had become the thing that I use today to help thousands and thousands of kids. Boom, that's it. That's all I said. I just literally tell people who I am and how I got started, right? Now the next question is, what do you do? Now in day number 2, there's a second email that's going to go out. Now remember, these emails are already created, they're already written, they're already done. So you don't have to do it over and over again. It's already automated. So even if 1,000 people opt in, 1,000 people can get your emails, right? See how amazing this is? Okay, so day number 2 is what you do. Now I'm going to tell them what I do. Okay, so hey, so I actually help kids learn music, help them get out of that place that they're in. Some of them are starting for the very first time and they want to improve their memory. They want to get into something artistic and creative and fun, and I actually help people do that. Okay, I'm going to share a story about what I do. In day number 3, I'm then going to show them how I actually do it. Okay, so day number 3 email is how do you do it. Okay, I do it through music lessons. I do music classes, that programs where we do group classes and we do band stuff, where we learn songs, and here's how they do it. This is how they improve their memory. This is how they get better at their creative. This is how they get more confident. This is how I do it. Right, day number 4, I'm going to talk about how I actually learned this, okay? I didn't just come up with this yesterday. I didn't come up with it the day before. In fact, I've done this so many times, right? When I first started at 11 years old, I was messing around. I was doing all sorts of stuff in music, right? And as I grew older, I started realizing these are the key things I need to learn songs like Ed Sheeran songs or Sam Smith songs or Bee Gees or the old school songs, like whatever songs. I learned the tricks and the hacks that gets me there faster, right? I'm going to show them how I learned this thing, right? Then, day number 5, I'm going to tell them who I do it for. I specifically do it for kids. I will love kids between the ages 4 all the way to whatever age, 18, and sometimes even the older people want to come for music lessons. So I tell them that I do it for all these kind of people, right? And day number 6, I'm finally going to tell them how I can do it for them. And at this point, I'm going to say, hey guys, if you guys want to put your kids into music lessons, right? Don't hesitate. Click the link down below. Go and book a free music trial. Go and do this. Go and start here. Book a call, make a call. Whatever the next step of the value ladder is, at that day number 6, I'm promoting it like never before, right? Now, guess what? In each day, I'm also promoting the next step, right? But I'm talking specifically to day number 1 to share and build a relationship. Remember, this is the very first 6 emails you're going to send your customers. You want to give it your best. You want to get to know those people, and it's amazing. And you'll never believe how people actually just start responding to your emails. They start writing back to you to say, hey, I love this story. Hey, thank you so much. I've been struggling with this for so long. Hey, you know what? I really want to do this, and I'm so glad that I got this good book. Hey, guys, like I read your stuff. It's super awesome, and I'm getting blessed by this, and I'm getting my mindset is being transformed. So thank you so much for that. Like people just give you those kind of feedback, and it's the best thing in the world because your inbox is starting to be fired up, right? That's where you want your business to be. You want to give out this lead magnet, get people to read your emails, get people consuming your content, get people responding to you so that you can start to build this connection with thousands and thousands of potential customers. Does that make sense? And so that's what we're going to be doing over the next next couple of days. But we're going to be creating a 6-day email sequence that's going to build that relationship with the customer. Okay? Super awesome, super excited. This is what I want to do for the next couple of days. In the next video that I'm going to share with you, I'm going to share with you what do you say, what do you do inside of this lead magnet that actually gets people to want this specific thing. What do you actually say in the lead magnet, right? And that's what I'm going to share with you in the next video. So go ahead, watch the next video, and I'll see you guys there. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.